Hey guys, how we doing? Good morning. It is, what is it today? Wednesday. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? I'm excited to have you guys on here today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, so we're gonna have a really good conversation today about crypto and everything that is happening in the future of money. What's up? Hey, and this conversation is really important, guys. You want to get on here, text your friends, your family. What's up? Good morning. Text your friends and family and tell them to jump on here. Hey, Donna. Hey, Angela. Excited to have you guys on here. We have got the king of crypto coming on with the queen of crypto today, Curtis Cobain. What's up, Devon? Hey, Nikki. Hey, Queen. All the way from Nigeria. L'Oreal, Kiera. Hey, hey, hey. So I'm excited. It's going to be good. So there was a big announcement that was just made in the world of cryptocurrency that I think is going to really change a lot of things. And I want to make sure that you guys understand that, Nicole, and that you are positioning yourself to participate in this extremely tremendous, very large wealth transfer. This is an opportunity for you guys to make more money than what you have ever made in your entire life, okay? What you have ever made in your entire life. And so you definitely want to make sure you tune in. Teresa, Alicia, what's good, everybody? Kadisha, excited to have you guys on here. And so today, just this morning, El Salvador made an announcement that they are recognizing Bitcoin as legal money. It looks like they're trying to totally move into using Bitcoin only, which is a pretty huge deal. It's a pretty huge deal. It really is. And so, because what happens is once one company or once one country does it, then you start to see all these other countries, jump in on it. So I'm going to play a little bit of this because I want you guys to kind of see what's happening here. And hopefully you can take advantage of it. And definitely, I want to tell you right now, you're going to want to get back with the person that invited you on here, hands down. So let me get ready to share my screen with you guys. Hold on 1 second. Oh, wait a minute. Where you guys go? Hey, okay. All right, sorry about that. Hold on, let's see what's going on with feedback.
There we go.
All right, cool. There we go. What's up, Kurt? How you doing, brother?
Everything is going great. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. So we're just going to be on here about 30 minutes today. So I want to jump right into the tea. First of all, I got to tell you, I'm super proud of you, super excited to have you on here this morning. The moves that are being made right now in the world are they're just tremendous. It's like literally game changing right now. And so, guys, those of you that are on here right now that are watching as guests, please go ahead. And those of you that are already trading with us and already in on the tea, go ahead and text somebody, tell them jump on this Facebook Live real quick, because honestly, this conversation can set them up for the rest of their lives. Like for real. We are in like the beginning of the gold rush, right? We're in the cryptocurrency rush, and those people that take it seriously, get the education and move accordingly are going to be set up super sweet, right? And so I want everybody on here to be set up super sweet. So what I want to do, I asked my brother to come on here, Curtis Cobain, who I'm extremely proud of. I've seen him literally know nothing, absolutely nothing about cryptocurrency, and then made a decision. And that's what wealthy people do. Wealthy people make decisions, right? They don't just sit back and keep overanalyze. They make decisions, and they definitely make decisions towards people that they see are winning. So Kurt, really quickly, just tell us how you heard about this space and what made you say, you know what, I'm getting in.
Honestly, it was a couple of friends were talking about it, and I heard about it. I'm like fake money? Like I'm just instantly like, I'm straight. But I'm a curious dude, so I went ahead and did some research on it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's only a certain amount of them, like a stock. Okay, let me look a little more, and I'm thinking, okay, scarcity. I watch Baby Boy, supply and demand, Jody. So I'm thinking, okay, let me do a little bit more research here, and then I'm looking at this thing, thinking, hey, we got to get a little bit just in case, if this thing does go crazy, because it was way cheaper a couple years ago. And as I held on to it, I kept researching it, and I was hearing things about it, and seeing other big money movers talking about it, which was really a thing for me. I mean, I'm watching Shark Tank, and people are talking about it on Shark Tank. I'm like, wait, that's the thing we were just buying the other day. Like, wait a minute, what is going on? Then I'm start hearing about other cryptocurrencies as well. So this space really opened my eyes to how the evolution of money is going to unfold for us and where we're headed as a society. And I mean, it's really exciting when you really dive into it and you truly just become a student of the space. And for me, like you said, I was as green as a leaf on the tree. I was shaking like one too, because I was nervous. But when I really dove in and realized that, okay, and I took a note out of your book, like I just kind of took the teeth out of it, right? Like, because you paint yourself a narrative, you think it's all of this scary stuff. And when you really see it, you're like, oh, this is simple. You tell yourself all these stories until you finally get involved and see it for yourself. But now that I'm a part of it, like I'm so thankful for, being here and really just being patient enough to do the research and learn about it. And now I'm in a position where I get to teach so many people about it, but it's definitely a privilege just to, participate. Now it's like being involved with the stock market in the beginning.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's like. And just recently, guys, we just celebrated Curtis because he is the number one educator in cryptocurrency. And so big shout out to you for that. That's huge. You came into this space knowing absolutely nothing. You realized there was only so much cryptocurrency, supply and demand. You realize technology was behind it and some of the most brilliant minds were behind it. So you're like, okay, this is going to be a win-win. Like, I need to learn this. Now, Curtis, you weren't always up. You're doing extremely well today. Thank God, God has blessed me. I'm doing extremely well today, but you didn't start off that way. Like when you came into this space, I think things were pretty tight for you, right?
Oh yeah. I was living in my truck when I found out about this stuff. But I tell people all the time, when you get to a point where there's something that you see and you really want, you stop, looking for how much something costs. Like you stop counting the costs on certain stuff. Like you just do whatever you got to do to get what you want. And I tell people when I found out about this, about trading and about really investing and learning this skill, I just told myself, like, this is going to be plan A, B, C, D, E, and any other letter we can put behind it. Because I know people who do this and really plug in and focus, they become exceedingly wealthy. And I'm like, I can spend 4 or 5 hours playing a video game, with no problems. I can spend 4 or 5 hours learning something that's going to make me some money. And it was bigger than just myself. I'm looking at my children's future. I mean, I'm thinking about my mom. I'm thinking about, my sisters. And I'm thinking like, this has got to be bigger than just, me getting a couple dollars, like at the end of the day, like you think about it and people become so focused on themselves. And, like I said, I took a lot of pages out of your book, sis. Like I watched how you move. Like everything you do is for your family, your husband, your loved ones, the people you care about. You created your family. You bring so many people into the household. Like, well, this is our new cuz. I'm like, man, like you always adopted people. But I see that's just how you move because you move in abundance. Like you see people who need to be taught certain things and you just adopt them in. So I've been doing the same thing and it's been beautiful.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, okay. So guys, you're basically hearing this right now. You have an opportunity. Everything we're talking about right now. Like, I don't expect people to get on here and understand everything. This is why we did this live today, because I wanted you to understand cryptocurrency. I wanted you to understand why plugging in and partnering with whoever invited you on this live or one of us is so important, because it's all about the education. I love what Curtis said. He said, I'm doing the research. I'm asking the questions. I'm digging in. So basically he does the research. We get on his sessions and he comes back and tells us, hey guys, you need to be buying this, or hey guys, watch out for this. So we're not telling you that you got to go and do all this research. The Academy pretty much is laid it all out for you. You literally are learning what to buy, and when to exit. Like you get all the answers. Now what happens is when you hang out around here, you're going to start understanding the mindset and the insight behind why did they say buy Great Britain pound, Japanese yen? Why did they say buy Bitcoin right now? Or why did they say don't sell your Bitcoin right now? Can you talk a little bit about El Salvador? I know
Oh,
there was a big announcement made. What do you think? So explain what that announcement was.
so El Salvador, the country, is actually making Bitcoin legal tender in their country, right? And we're seeing a couple other nations now are looking to do the same thing. Some other smaller nations. This is like the first time in the world's history that we've seen a country adopt a digital currency as their sovereign currency right now. So it's really exciting to see it happening. But I think it's just the first of many. We're going to see a lot of other ways that this is going to roll out. And when you think about crypto in general right now, we are still very, very early. Like you say, this is the first inning. This is the first inning of this thing. We're not even in the bottom of the ninth. We're not even in the seventh inning stretch. We really just are getting started. So when you see like countries adopting this, then you see other corporations like Tesla and MicroStrategy and Galaxy Digital and Cash App and PayPal all looking to get involved with Bitcoin. And yet for some reason, people are still telling themselves, I just don't know. I'm just not sure. I'm going to need you to get sure and know real quick, because things are changing at a very fast rate. And just, when you look at the prices, people say, well, it was at 60K, Kurt. It's dropping back down now. Maybe I should just wait it out. Maybe you should just get a little bit just in case it doesn't go any lower. You have some skin in the game. You can start watching that price move higher and you'll be able to benefit from it. And even if you don't have a lot, like I always tell people this too, they always say, well, I work, I got bills, I got the kids, I got responsibilities, just a couple bucks here and there. We call it dollar cost averaging, where you're just putting a little bit in at a time. It goes a very long way, because the prices you're seeing right now are not going to stick around very long. And the fact that you put a little bit in will go a long way in the future.
Yeah, I love that you said that, because sometimes people listen to this talk and they like, child, I don't have no $1,000 to be buying no Bitcoin. Listen, you can buy just, a fraction of it, Satoshi, $10. You can do $10 a week. Literally, you can tell yourself, I'm about to set up autosave and do $10 a week, or $50 a week, or $100 a week. The main principle in building wealth, it's not just what you do one time. It is actually has to become a behavior. It has to become repetitious. It has to become a habit. Like, these are wealth habits, and that's exactly what you guys are going to learn. You're going to learn the habits of the wealthy, and the habits of the wealthy, they do the same thing with their money. They are always paying themselves. And the best way to pay yourself right now is in crypto. Crypto literally is the fastest growing asset in the entire world. So not only is Bitcoin really hot, and do you still need to be accumulating Bitcoin, but there are a lot of other cryptocurrencies. But I specifically want to turn and talk a little bit about Ethereum, because Ethereum is definitely a cryptocurrency that needs to also be purchased. So Bitcoin is like the financial world, and then Ethereum is like the computer world, the tech world. So Kurt, talk a little bit about what you think the differences are in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I just want to remind everybody that's watching right now, I want to encourage you guys, get back with the person that invited you on here, like for real, for real, for real. Because again, this is just giving you a little taste of what you should be thinking and doing. By no stretch of the imagination, are we trying to give you everything? It's impossible. You've got to break this thing down into bite sizes and say, I'm getting ready to become a student. So Kurt, talk about the differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum for me.
Okay, so just so you know, when you said Ethereum, you made my heart smile. Okay, just I got to get that out. No, because a lot of people, they shy away from the altcoins, and there's so much value to be had there. And I honestly believe Ethereum is one of the projects that the moment you get a good handle of Bitcoin, you really understand what Bitcoin's about, the scarcity, the use case for it, the store of value, the peer-to-peer network, the blockchain technology, all of that, you have to take a look at Ethereum. Right? When you look at the projects that have been coming out, all the different altcoins that exist, there's over 8,000 different cryptocurrencies. Over 85% of them have been created on Ethereum's network, right? Like, just that alone speaks volumes for the project. But not only that, we have other areas like completely new lanes in the cryptocurrency space, like DeFi, right? The decentralized finance space, where people are coming in and having massive gains in that space, or even the NFT space with the non-fungible tokens. A lot of that, well, the vast majority of that, is flowing through Ethereum, right? And Ethereum's currently updating its network to go to Ethereum 2.0. There's so many things right now that are happening on Ethereum's network. And I keep telling people, don't look at that price point and trick yourself into not getting any, because you're gonna look back at it in a couple years and say, oh, I remember back when that thing was like $2,000. Oh, because I have people right now telling me, I remember when Ethereum was $400, Kurt. I remember having an argument with a lady in one of my classes telling me Ethereum was too expensive back when it was $9. So listen, guys, I'm telling you, we're in the middle of something phenomenal. You have been given a gift, and a project like Ethereum, which is looking to really disrupt the tech sector, is going to be massive. When you look at some of the biggest companies in the world, they're tech companies. They're going to lean into, blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies as well. And we're going to start seeing Ethereum be the hub for a lot of big moves. I did a class with you guys recently, and I was talking about a major company that's already partnered with Ethereum, a couple of them right now, but a major company that's partnering with Ethereum and are going to be using the digital asset side of it, where they're going to be making NFTs on Ethereum's network.
Can you just go ahead and give them a little bit of tea? What's one of those major companies?
All right. So you listen, sis want me to spill the beans, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop a little nugget for you. I'm gonna salt bay y'all real quick.
Academy. Let's be clear. You guys need to connect with the Academy. This is not just I got some tea, let me go run out. This really to build real wealth in any sector, any industry, and particularly crypto, because it's moving so fast. You need to become a partner, for real. Okay, so what's the company?
So there is a major company called GameStop that's actually partnering with Ethereum. You can go check the website out. It's called nft.gamestop.com. When you go to that website, nft.gamestop.com, you're going to scroll down. And as you scroll down, you're going to see an Ethereum logo on top of GameStop. And they're going to say power to the players, power to the creators, power to the collectors. They're going to set something up for you, ladies and gentlemen, for people who are gamers. If you don't know about the gaming industry, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry every year. All right. They pull in multiple billions every year. Now, GameStop is one of the linchpins in that industry because most people go through GameStop to purchase their consoles, purchase their video games, but they're going to eventually run into a scenario where GameStop could end up being the blockbuster of video games. People aren't going to go to a physical building to buy the games when everything is now digital. And they ran into a wall. They're like, man, people are buying digital copies. We can't have any resales of these digital copies. We're going to lose money. What they decided to do was to elevate and say, you know what? Cryptocurrencies or blockchain technology has another layer now called NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which means certain tokens are collectibles now. So now when you buy a digital version of the game, you have the option to resell it as an NFT. Ooh. So now GameStop makes money, the game developers make more money, and the consumer makes more money because they can resell their digital version that once was never resellable. Once you bought a digital version, it was stuck on your console.
Woo!
And it's going to be on Ethereum's network. I told you guys to go buy the GameStop stock. When I saw that, I was like, listen, we're going to see something that no other company in the world is going to be able to do outside of GameStop, ladies and gentlemen. So, but you got to be plugged in to get that. I gave this class, almost 2 weeks ago now? And everybody ran and jumped in while prices were low, grabbing this stuff up because you need to be informed. Information changes situations. And we do the research. We want to make sure everybody here has an opportunity to win. I was laughing when I watched that interview with Floyd, not to get off subject, but he said, when it comes to legal bank robbery, I'm the best. I'm the best. And I'm like, listen, I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you. Right after that fight, he told everybody, he was like, when it comes to legal bank robbery, I'm the best.
Wow. And why was he saying? Was he saying that because crypto?
No, he was saying it about his fight. Like everybody says, all you're doing is fighting these weaker opponents, and you're not really putting on a show for the people. And he was looking at him like, I'm a 44-year-old man. I'm undefeated. What do I have to prove? I'm here to get a check because my kids can't eat legacy, but they can definitely eat off of these profits that I'm getting from these fights that you guys keep paying to see. So if I can set up a fight that I know is an easy bank robbery for me, I'm going to do it. If you don't want to see it, don't see it. Don't come see Floyd. But if you feel like you want to come be entertained, come see my exhibitions. And he said, when it comes to legal bank robbery, I'm the best. I was like, I love it. I love it. Folks mad. And I'm like, what y'all mad for? This man 44 years old and left his legacy already. He ain't got nothing to prove. He got to get the bag. He get the bag. I'm like, let's go.
Listen, and by the way, Floyd is being mentored by our CEO, Christopher Terry, which says a lot, right? That says a whole lot.
Facts.
Because he doesn't want just the stuff.
If you notice, Floyd had on a cryptocurrency hat and shirt before the fight.
Did he? What did it say?
Yep. It had Ethereum Max on it. Ethereum Max. Now, we're not going to get Ethereum Max. We're not going to do that. But it shows that Ethereum is so ingrained in this space that you don't need to miss out on this project. I know it's the number 2 coin. I know it's at like $2,000 right now. You need to make a decision on that one. That coin is literally, you know, I'm not going to say all of that. I'm going to say that for the session tonight. But it's definitely looking good, right? For compliance sake, this coin is definitely looking interesting. I strongly recommend that you research it.
So Ethereum is looking really good, is what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Not Ethereum Max.
No, not Ethereum Max. The regular Ethereum, because I'm regular Ethereum. Kirk said, no.
I know, right? Okay. So guys, listen, you guys are getting a lot of tea. I really want you, if you are on here and you are not partnered with our academy right now, when I tell you one of the smartest financial decisions that you can make in your life, and that's strong for me to say that, is to get partnered with us, because this education you're going to want to have. You need the education. It's time to work smarter and not harder. Like for real, for real. Ethereum 2.0, I think it's supposed to be like, is it out yet? What are your thoughts on that?
Jewel's so smart, y'all. Listen, she should be setting me up. That's why she's smiling, because she's setting me up with all the good questions. I love it. I'm just like, ooh, Jewel, you ain't got to do them like this. Ooh, you ain't got to do them like this. Listen, she's really trying to get you guys educated today on the low, and some of y'all not even paying attention. Some of y'all not even speaking English right now, because if y'all was paying attention, y'all be already like, wait, what? How much is it to start? Like, y'all be in the chat right now going crazy. But Ethereum 2.0, man, she giving y'all some sauce. Ethereum 2.0 is definitely on the way. We have a big update coming out for Ethereum called EIP 1559. EIP 1559 is just Ethereum Improvement Proposal 1559. And it's going to do some really amazing things with the fees on the Ethereum network. And it's going to give Ethereum a deflationary mechanism finally, because we all know Ethereum doesn't have a max supply or a max circulating supply. So with EIP 1559, it'll allow it where every block will have a cap on it, so the fees can't overshoot a certain amount, which is very, very beautiful for the different things that Ethereum offers, like DeFi and the NFT space. And there's also a mechanism attached to EIP 1559 that allows a little bit of Ethereum to be burned every time there's a transaction on a network. Listen, that feature alone could skyrocket the price of Ethereum, because you guys know, like I know, when there's less of something, but there's demand for it, prices do what? Go up. So once there's Ethereum being burned off the network and people are constantly using it for DeFi, NFTs, staking, swapping to other projects, more and more Ethereum leaving the network is going to put so much downward pressure on the supply that demand is going to shoot that thing crazy to the upside. And I just keep telling people, like, you keep looking at this $2,000 price point thinking that's the last ride for it. I'm like, all right, listen, stick around.
Listen, that is so good. So it's so crazy. I text some leaders and we have, we're all in so many chats. And tonight I got on and bought about $6,000 worth of Ethereum and bought another large amount last week. And so, and this is why I'm so grateful for this space, because Kirk does all the homework. I just get on Kirk Sessions and be like, okay. Right. All you're doing, you're really getting like the tea. You're really able. And then Chris put in the chat right now, and I'm just gonna let you guys hear a little bit of it. But this is the kind of tea we get. This is our CEO.
You're seeing how the higher time frame influences the lower time frame. A lot of times, I'd say 95% of the people trade the smaller time frames, hoping to catch a big move. I always work the higher time frames. If you know.
All right, so you guys may not understand any of that, but you're going to. What I'm telling you is that when you can listen and get wisdom from a billionaire or multiple millionaires, like that's what you want to do, right? So when Kurt sends out an alert, or our CEO comes in a chat, or one of our other educators come in, guys, we have access to 200 educators. We're going to tell you the ones we really want you to focus on. Kurt, for us, is a number one educator for us in cryptocurrency. Okay. And he's a brother and from Detroit.
Listen, I'm unapologetically in love with my melanated family. That's why I study so hard. That's why I research so diligently. That's why I got to make sure everything I do is attached to facts. I give you guys the numbers. I give you guys the visuals. So when it's all said and done, you can say, I may not have a financial advisor, but I got a cousin that really researches, and they can put me in a position to make an informed decision. That's all I want to do, is make sure that you guys have enough data to go out and make a decision for yourself and be empowered to decide what makes sense for you and your household.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I want to move over a little bit. Guys, again, I'm going to keep saying this because it's what you need to do. You need to partner with us, like for real, for real. Don't just keep hearing this information and say, oh, that's really, really good. Like I'm serious. You need to really partner with us. Get back with the person that invited you on here. I want to move a little bit because I think not only is the banking industry completely changing, but the credit industry is completely changing. And one of the reasons we're going to see it change so much is because of DeFi, right? So now, literally right now, if somebody owns $1 million of Bitcoin, then there are companies out there like BlockFi that will say, here's 50% in cash. So Bitcoin particularly, and I'm going to go ahead and venture to say Ethereum, probably should never really be sold, okay? Because we're thinking long-term, long-range asset accumulation, building legacy, building real wealth. And so you'll be able to build, so you won't even need good credit. Like if you got the Bitcoin, they saying we're going to loan it to you. What do you think about that? How do you think that's going to impact the credit industry? I mean, I think it's going to change everything.
I think it's going to bring more inclusion for the world, because because in America, we are extremely spoiled. We have no idea how fortunate we are to live in a country where you can start a business with almost nothing and really focus in. And if you're passionate enough, you can do amazing things with your business. In other countries, you don't have the opportunity to be banked. Some people haven't been to Sub-Saharan Africa. Some people haven't been to areas in India where it's very rural and they don't have internet or barely even have electricity. So when you have something like, Bitcoin, and when you go all around the world, even in the most impoverished areas, everybody has a cell phone. Like, I don't know how they getting them, but everybody got a cell phone, and even some of the most impoverished areas, right? So Bitcoin allows you to have that inclusion. Just simply purchasing some Bitcoin or some Ethereum or some cryptocurrency and holding it gives you that ability to participate. And like you said, just simply having some gives you that ability to have a voice in the financial landscape now. Most people have never had that. And I always tell people, you want to make $1 billion, solve $1 billion problem. What's $1 billion problem? Poverty, right? Some of these people just don't have the option to be banked. So when you have this kind of inclusion, I think the credit side of things will take a dip and take a fall. But in America, it'll be as simple as just shifting gears and buy crypto, right? And then getting it going from there, because people work so hard to get these credit scores up. And listen, nowadays you can get your credit score up in a matter of months. Like, it don't take years no more like it used to. You can get, a 750, 800 in months if you really focused on getting your bag right. So honestly, I really feel like we're just at a point where, and it's wild because this is so reminiscent of 1930s. Like the way that they were printing money. If anybody didn't know about the 1930s, that was when the Great Depression hit. And they were taking us, they were taking the gold out of people's hands. Then a few years later, they were setting it up where it was illegal to have the gold. Then after that, Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard completely. And it's like you're seeing that slow change happen now where everything's like, oh, it's cool to have crypto. The banks can custody it now. The corporations can get involved with it. And I'm like, this is moving a little quicker than the 1930s, but it's looking, it's not the same. It's not mimicking it, but it's definitely rhyming.
You're right. The patterns, the wealth patterns are very similar.
Exactly.
It was like, we're studying Rockefeller and Vanderbilt right now. Their wealth model, private banking and trust and all that stuff. And we were looking at how Rockefeller, and one of the reasons, he became wealthy was because of oil. Right. He had an interest in oil. But not only did he have an interest in oil, very similar to Henry Ford didn't discover the car, right? He wanted it for the average guy. Rockefeller made his components, his competition, so mad because he wanted the average guy to be able to have access to oil. So his prices were so low. And he was taking out all these other, and that's what crypto is. Crypto is a people, it's not owned by anyone. It is a currency for the people, by the people, for the people. So you can be a mama on Section 8 with 10 children from 9 different daddies and come over here and get some crypto and become wealthy within 12 months.
Like just being a part of it is so now I want to say even funny. It's so interesting that you use the oil reference, because I was literally about to say people want to call Ethereum the silver to Bitcoin's gold, but I believe it's the oil to Bitcoin's gold. Yeah.
Come on, prophesy.
You think about all the use cases that oil has, right? The demand that oil has, right? I can't say that same demand for something like Bitcoin, right? But I can't say the same for silver either. Silver doesn't have a large demand like that, but oil's demand is worldwide. When you look at Ethereum and the industry that it wants to disrupt is the tech sector, think about how many people and how many places and how many entities are going to want to use Ethereum. It's the oil of the cryptocurrency space. Even all the other products right now that are copying Ethereum, they can't innovate. They're just simply doing what Ethereum has already done, and they're trying to do it faster or more efficiently. They're not innovating. They're just saying Ethereum did it, we're doing it, right? So ETH right now has such a hold on the innovation and the branding. I honestly believe at some point Ethereum could flip Bitcoin and be the #1 coin in the world.
Yeah, the volume on it right now.
Not so much the price point, but just the actual, like you said, the volume, the market cap, the sheer amount of value in it. Because right now it's half of what Bitcoin's value is right now. Like it's literally, it's like almost 50% of it. And I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, we could be looking at something, an opportunity that could be like game changing, generational curse breaking. You have to make a decision. And the thing is, like right now, we're just having a wealth conversation. We do this stuff all the time when we hang out. Me and you sit and talk about crypto, Forex, stocks, investing, real estate, all kind of stuff. And I always tell people, like, if you're not having these kind of conversations with your family members, like you need to build a new family, right? Yeah. I got wealthy by association for the monetary side even showed up. And I'm so thankful for people like you, Lawrence and Tamara Young, people like Randy and Wanda Webb, where I can just call up and we can have a wealth conversation at a moment's notice. Sometimes you need that. Listen, I'm so thankful for you, sis. Like you called me the other night, you prayed for me, I cried about it. I'm being real. Like I'm thankful for people like you in my life because you're just a genuinely, beautifully shining, anointed person that just wants to see people win.
Amen. Amen. And you the same. I'm really proud of you, brother. So, and that is so true. You got to get in a circle where you can, because this conversation are wealth triggers for me. Even for me, it's reminding me where I need to be putting my money, why I need to be putting my money there. It's reminding me of that. So every week, like every single week, every day I'm making money. Warren Buffett said, if you're not making money while you're asleep, you'll never become wealthy. Crypto puts you in a position. It is the great equalizer, Mary, right? It's the great equalizer. So we've talked about DeFi. We've talked about Bitcoin. We've talked about Ethereum. There are a lot of other coins out there. Guys, it's not just about buying the coin. It's about buying the coin, knowing where to store it, where to hold it, and then your long-term cryptos that you want to hold long term, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, need to be kept on your nano ledger. Talk to us about that a little bit. Storage.
Absolutely. So when you guys are getting started in this space, like I know the games are awesome. I know it's fun to see the prices going up and down and everything like that. But you have to start with your security first, setting up the proper emails, right? Not keeping all this information on a Gmail or, the Yahoo or the Hotmail you're running your IG stuff through. Like you have to have things set up and be separate when it comes to your finances, because I really honestly believe as this space gets larger, as it becomes more massive, the bad actors are going to show up, right? And we're already seeing it now. Like, certain things happened the other week when we saw the pipeline get shut down because everybody was saying, oh, there's a gas shortage. No, it wasn't a gas shortage. I was just putting gas in garbage bags. But anyway, I digress. People were running around not informed, making silly decisions. But if you understood that these people were being held for ransom and they wanted crypto, right? And the funny thing about that is the government actually got that crypto back because the people who hacked it didn't know about private keys, right? So having the proper emails, having a wallet set up like an Exodus wallet, right? Or having something set up like a Ledger Nano or Trezor, where you're storing your cryptocurrency and you have the private keys, you have that absolute dominion over your finances, right? And I think that's just massive right now because yes, the gains are awesome. Yes, we're seeing crazy, outrageous jumps in price and fluctuations. But if you don't have your cryptocurrency stored in the right places, you could be on the wrong side of a lot of things. Now, I honestly believe, this is my last little nugget on this, I don't think the next big world catastrophe is going to be another pandemic or a weather situation or some sort of war. I honestly believe it's going to be a massive cyber attack on the world because we keep seeing the signs that we're just not prepared to protect ourselves from it.
Yeah.
So and I think if you got the proper emails and the proper things set up, if the banking system and the credit system goes down and all the chaos breaks out, what's the one thing that'll still have value? Cryptocurrency, because it exists on a blockchain, and that blockchain literally isn't even on the grid. They have a satellite in space that holds the Bitcoin blockchain right now. So I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, I'd rather future-proof myself than sit back and cross my fingers and toes hoping the government got my back.
Listen, we got to get ahead of it. So do you recommend with the new email, just use that for crypto, or you mean everything? Everything
financially based, because even the email I'm talking to you guys about is based on blockchain technology. So I want you guys to be so ahead of the curve with this stuff where if something happens, you're so secure, like you don't even flinch. When everybody else is running around panicking, you're like, oh no, I'm good. I did what I was supposed to do, years ago. So we always want to make sure we're giving you guys everything you need, one-stop shop. So when you show up, you know what emails to actually set up, right? And the thing is about some of these emails, you can pay to get even more security. So we always try to give you guys everything you need when it comes to the emails, when it comes to the wallets. We educate you on your seed phrases. We educate you on your public keys, private keys, on why it's not smart to leave cryptocurrency on major exchanges, right? Exchanges become some of the weakest places to keep your cryptocurrency because, for prime example, if someplace like Coinbase gets shut down, if the government says, hey, shut it down, we got to wait to get some things right when it comes to regulation, and you can't get your crypto, well, who you going to call? And y'all better not type Ghostbusters. But I'm just saying, this is where we are right now. Like, ask the hard questions. What can I do to protect myself?
Yeah, that's really good. So what video, this is why you guys need to join the academy so you can find out what email he's talking about. Because notice he did not tell us that. What video, when they sign up, they're going to go live session, favorite sessions, I'm assuming. Do you remember what session you talked about it on?
Oops, boy, I'm telling you, she throwing me out. I'm out here just slam dunking all the oops she throwing me. So when you log into the sessions, you're going to go, like you said, to go live. You're going to scroll down. You're going to see recorded. Then you're going to see favorite. You're going to click favorite sessions. When you scroll down in the favorite section, you're going to see priority video number 1, priority video number 2, 3, and 4. You're going to watch all 4 of those. But the priority video number 1 is the one that's going to help you set up your security. That's why we want to make sure you guys start there, because if you set everything up proper the first time, you don't have to double back and redo anything extra. You're going to future-proof yourself for your cryptocurrency journey.
Yeah, no, that's great. Great question. Somebody was asking, how do they find out about the email platform? So guys, this is why I want to, again, encourage you guys to get back with the person that invited you on here today and tell them, send me your link. Tell them I'm ready to get started, because this is not we had the conversation today because I want you to know how vitally important it is to your wealth, how vitally important it is for your family, how vitally and important it is for you to be. I believe now, if you have an ounce of love in your heart, you need to be wealthy so you can do the things that you need to do. We're planning our next family vacay. We're going to Rhode Island and we're going to study Rockefeller and Vanderbilt, and we're going to their estates and we're doing a whole expose tour, Martha's Vineyard, the whole thing. But you know what? I wouldn't even be on that had I not been in the wealth flow, having wealth conversations. I wouldn't even know. I need to expose my children to that. I want you guys to be able to do that. And you know what? That vacay is on me. That's not Ben's money. That's not my children's money. I fly in the chef. I rent the mansion.
Let's go.
Mommy, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right? But what am I saying? I want everybody to be able to move like that, because becoming wealthy is not just about money. It's about understanding the mindset. It's about understanding the strategies. It's about knowing how to ask the right questions. Staying inquisitive, guys, is probably your greatest asset. I ask so many questions. I ask Kirk questions. I ask anybody in my wealth family. They are liable to get a question from me at any given time, because people like to say, do you feel like you're an expert? I'm a master's student. I ask every single day. So not only did I do this live for you guys, but I did this live for me because I'm learning. And that really needs to be your mindset. If that's not your mindset, you're going to get to a place in life and you're going to be stuck and end up repeating the same life over and over and over again. And it's not going to get easier because inflation, that little 10% bonus that you think they're giving you, you did something, inflation eat that up. So that's why when people get promotions on their job, they never see a lifestyle change. That didn't allow you to send little Johnny to Detroit Country Day. That didn't allow you to buy little Sarah a car on her way to Howard. You know what I'm saying? So I want everybody on here right now, get back with that person, because this is the conversation you need to be in. And if some of the stuff was over your head, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Because if you keep hearing it, whatever you keep before your eyes and ears, eventually you're gonna absorb it. So Curtis, what's the last thing you want to share with the people today?
Man, listen, you went hard in the paint right there. So honestly, everything you're saying is just spot on. Like that was the major nugget for me, is where when I started getting around the people who had the things that I wanted, and just being a master student, like being the best, most coachable, proactive, enthusiastic student you can be, and just moving with intention and being deliberate about what you want is massive. Even tonight, like I'm doing a big call on a new project. That's like, I know I just dropped a new coin list for y'all, so y'all good. Y'all out here eating right now. But there's another project that's launching and it hasn't gone live yet. And we're going to get in on the pre-sale of it tonight. I'm going to show you guys how to get the coin before it even hits an exchange. And this is on a major exchange. Like these are big moves I'm about to plug you guys into. This information that I'm sharing with you guys is like, maybe only a couple thousand people know about this, but I'm about to break the doors wide open and let the whole company come in and participate in something massive. And I'm doing a call tonight on Go Live. I got a whole slide for it. We got a whole class built off for it. It's gonna be crazy. Like it's a whole production we're doing for this call tonight. We've been waiting on this one, and it finally went live. So yeah, a lot of my students got emails for it. Like, Kurt, are we doing the call? I'm like, yep, it's happening. So they're going crazy right now.
What? My sister Janetta is on here. She like, hey, she on it. Okay, what time is that call?
It's gonna be at 9:00 tonight on Go Live Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, so 9:00 tonight. If you guys miss it, you can always go back and watch the replay. But this is why you guys need to be in the academy. Okay, I don't want you to tell us a lot, but I just have to ask you this: How much? Okay, so how much is the coin? Do you know?
It hasn't even gone live. It hasn't even hit the exchanges. So the way it works is we'll be exchanging one project for another project. When we get the new project, they're going to give you up to 10 times the amount that you've given. So if you give, for every one coin you give, they're going to give you 10 of the other project.
Oh,
yeah, and when I tell you this is like brand new technology that's very, very, very new, and it has demand because it's the project we're going to be getting is a DeFi project for this new network. It's going to be the lifeblood of this new network. So it's like getting like Aave or what's some of these other ones like Compound or Curve when they first started, like in the end, like before they even hit a penny. Because this coin has no price yet. It is not even at
have a price.
Yes, you're gonna get it before it even hits a penny.
Yeah. Did you hear that, girl? You already know. I know you over there.
Yeah, she already getting there.
She in the lab.
Yeah, she getting it done right now. She's literally like sending me slides like, is this good? We're ready, we're good. Like I'm like, yep. Like she beast mode with it.
Where do you think this particular coin is probably gonna go?
Oh, Jewel, listen, I've been waiting on this one for a year. So now that it's released, I've been waiting on it for a year. And mind you, this is going to be the test one for the real one. So like they're going to be running all kinds of money through this one so they can put it into the newer project as well. So when I tell you it's going to be, I'm thinking right now this coin could easily be a $30, $50 coin, and we're getting it before a penny. Listen, my goal this year is to turn as many of you guys into 6- and 7-figure traders. I need as many melanated people as possible touching 6 figures this year. And I'm unapologetic. I'm unapologetically on a mission to turn my entire community into multi-millionaires in the next 3 to 4 years. And all you gotta do is just show up and be coachable.
Whoop! That thing hit my belly. Oh God, yes. within the next 6 months, we declare, we prophesy that 6-figure earners will be made, 7-figure earners, and 8-figure earners in Jesus' name. All you got to do is have ears to hear and a heart to move and make a decision to get back with that person that invited you. And those of you that are already trading with us, start plugging in. You didn't spend that money to be talking about you so busy, right? If you get unbusy, just 15 to 30 minutes a day. That way you can hire some help, get you a housekeeper, get you a cook, get you a driver, right? Get you some support. So you're not out here living, working, doing all these 5 jobs for one life and wonder why you so tired, blood pressure up, sugar levels up, you eating bad, can't afford organic food. It's time to get your life together.
Get some delegation money. Start delegating.
And listen, that's what we're doing over here, okay? So Curtis, listen, I appreciate you. If I was y'all, I'd be on that call tonight. Ain't no way in the world I missed that call tonight. 9 Eastern, 8 Central, okay? Guys, forward this Facebook to some friends and family and tell them you need them to hear this. Like, it's time to move. Don't sit here. We already midway through the year. Kurt, can you believe we like 6 months in this joint?
Man, it seems like we just got started. It's so funny because even the testimonies we see in this year alone from the students, they're like, "Oh, Kurt, I came in January and I retired. Kurt, I came in February. I'm done. I don't go to that place no more. I don't work for Mr. Charlie." I'm like, "Who is Mr. Charlie?" But they own it right now. Like, they're not playing. And I mean, it's all the testimonies start off with, "I was just in the sessions following the directions. I showed up. You said do this. We did that. We did this. We did that, and we learned exactly why you had us do those things. It wasn't just blindly following anybody. You inform us on every stage and why we're doing it. So as we're doing it, we say, oh, this is why we got to share this with the kids. This is why we got to tell grandma about this. This is why we got to have mom and dad come over so we can break it down for them." And it's funny because they say, "Kurt, after we explain it to them, we realize how much we really know. As we talk about it, we're answering questions." They're like, "You really know?" And we like, "I guess we do." I'm like, "Yeah, I've been brainwashing y'all for success now. I ain't about to slow up.
I love it. I love it. Anything you keep before your eyes and ears, eventually you'll be able to understand. Guys, somebody's saying, how do I watch it tonight? You get on Go Live Session, but you have to be a part of the academy first. So get back with the person that invited you. $324 to get started. The best $324 of your life, $274 every month. But if you get 2 or 3 customers, your monthly fee is waived. That means you get 2 or 3 people that are doing the same thing, want to do the same thing you do, right? Then you don't even have a monthly fee. And then if you decide that you want to build a team, the company pays a lot of money for that too. So Kurt, thank you so much, brother. This was too much fun. We're going to do this again soon.
Absolutely.
And, I appreciate you. So you guys have a great day. Thank you. Bye. See you later.